we had like a an agent thing or something there
Yeah.
that you came for,
I
and
feel
then
like there was something. I don't remember being inside the house, but I kind of remember. I remember something about that.
how long ago? Like, so thinking about the whole agent stuff, how long ago did you like think, hey, I bet I'll be good at mortgages?
I always thought I'd be better at mortgages.
Really,
Mm-hmm.
really. And was it
Mm-hmm.
just like you saw the transaction side of it, and you kind of heard what was going on the lender side, and you went, "Oh, that's more
Yes.
my vibe."
Yeah, because I like more of that analytical side of it, and I like the problem solving side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I always thought every time I was in the middle of a deal, I'd be thinking like, well, what about this? Well, what about that? Well, what if we tried this? What if we moved
Mm-hmm.
this over here? What if we brought in a co-signer on this? What if we, what other options are there? What there's just a stone that hasn't been unturned yet. We're gonna make this work somehow. And so that's just the way my brain works. So I always enjoyed that side of it more.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
that's what
And I
I
think
wanted.
for me, I was an agent for a little while, and I would do that same thing. People would call me because I have the lender background, and they would go, "Hey, the appraisal came in short. What should I do with that?" And I'm like not involved in the transaction at all, but they knew I used to be an agent or used to be a
Mm-hmm.
lender, and it was always like I just felt like this role was more natural for me, and I'm
Yes.
more of a puzzle solver
Mm-hmm.
than I am like a detail oriented person, and you seem like a mix of both. But anyway,
Yeah.
for me, it's like I don't really want the details, and that's why Alicia and Andrew and the team all work so well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is because I can be sort of that puzzle scatterbrain, put things together that don't make sense unless you're weird, right? But
Yeah.
I think you have that same skill. I see
Yes.
that in you. Like, what can we do? Can you challenge that, twist that around, and like this?
Mm-hmm. I love the problem solving side of it. I love the puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Like how do we make all these little pieces fit together?
You do puzzles like in like I know
I
you
love it.
played Jenga, right?
Well,
Months
I
ago.
like all the puzzles. Like I like a jigsaw puzzle. I like a Sudoku puzzle. I
Mm-hmm.
like any of those.
Sudoku's fun. Yeah, I have it on my phone, and I
Mm-hmm.
kind of wish I didn't because I like writing it down. But
Mm-hmm.
and then they do this like little challenge where it's like you're number 160 of I don't even know how many people. So it's like you get to challenge how fast can you do them and
Yeah.
levels of difficulty. But yeah, I think that's probably a skill that most lenders, at least they don't have to have, but I think it makes us a little bit better when you enjoy a good puzzle because just like we've
Yes.
learned, there's a lot of things that it's like yes, that's what the rule says, but that's not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily what
Right.
is true.
Well, and it's like, okay, this didn't work this way, but is there many other ways that it possibly could work? How do we get this to work?
Yeah.
And so that's the part that I think is going to be a better fit for me.
And the cool thing too is like, so without saying any names, right? You have your first loan clear to close,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you definitely didn't like bring like, hey, here's a easy one, right? It's,
Want to start with the most complicated one I could dream up.
yeah. Do you
And
think
start with
that was was going through the process and remembering the steps and then actually seeing them play out? Does it feel about like you thought it would feel, or is it a little bit different?
I think from being in real estate for so long too is that every single one is just going to be different and everyone feels different and everyone feels like a miracle when it gets to the closing table and there's just always some sort of unique set of challenges. So I think it felt about the way I expected it to feel, which is just how are we going to make this
And it's so cool because you get so close to your clients too,
work?
right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you got to know really all aspects of their life. And I think one of the things that's interesting about what we do in lending is we're so intensely involved in their lives, and then they get the keys, and you're like, "Don't forget about me."
I know.
I'm
Can
so
I come over for
yeah,
dinner?
we're still
Like,
friends,
yes,
right? Yeah,
yes. We'll still be buddies after this. When you're used to talking to someone every single day for, however long, and
yeah.
you're like, what happened to my friend? Are we still buddies?
And now I'm really glad that we synced up because we've known each other for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we almost synced up, but didn't on
Right.
like on and you started your mortgage career
Mm-hmm.
somewhere else and then moved over.
Yes.
And like, do you feel there's like a transition between like, and not mentioning names and nothing bad about where you were necessarily, but it's just different here?
It's just a different fit, and I think like agent side, lender side, you get somewhere and you kind of know, is this a place that I can see myself being successful? Am I going to have the tools here to be successful? Am I going to have the right team of people behind me and working alongside with me to really thrive at a role. And sometimes the puzzle piece doesn't quite fit, and you just gotta switch it a little bit and
Yeah.
just um you know make that move to be able to be in the right place for yourself.
And you've aligned yourself in a place where there's so many options, because I would
Mm-hmm.
say the loan that we have clear to close now, probably most of the lenders that I've worked for in my career, and the one that you were with
Mm-hmm.
before, more than likely wouldn't have got this one really past start, much less to the finish line, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just particularly with this one was
Yeah.
was a little extra complicated. Took a lot of extra work and hand holding and making sure every T was crossed and I was dotted to get that where it needed to be.
And it's good because you have um, groups of people who already trust you and know you and like you. And so when they sent this deal over to you, it wasn't like, can Brittany get it? It was like there was automatically this trust instilled in you.
Mm-hmm.
What is it like to be switching over from real estate and having all that background to the lender side, and then seeing that people trust in you, like being a part of this community?
Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously it means everything and it's awesome. I think that, I know what agents are looking for. I know what they are going to need. They need to have that honest communication. Like this particular one, we did not know that it was going to close from the get go, but
Right.
just to have that very clear communication that like, hey, we're gonna do our best. We're gonna walk alongside you, but we need you to know that this is not a guarantee. So as long as the seller's agent knows and the buyer's agent knows and the seller knows and the buyer knows and we know, let's see what we can do. And we were able to get it done, which is awesome. But just to be able to have that real clear communication, knowing that nobody gets blindsided in
Yeah.
this, because I think as an agent, on the agent side in particular, you just don't want to get blindsided
Sure.
in a deal. You don't want someone who's going to promise you the moon and be like, well, sorry, it fell apart. I wasn't able to do that. But just to be like, hey, we're a team here.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to try and work as a team on this.
I love that. And this is one of the ones where in the beginning we're like, look, the answer right now is no.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want us to
But
turn it into a yes, I'm willing to go through that with you. But if you need a yes or a no right now, the answer is no.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it does. It gets so much buy-in through the whole thing. It's like we were up till 10:30 at night getting documents, right? Like all those things that come into it. It's like, why do I have to do this? Oh, right, you told me no. That I have to do this because this isn't easy, and we've got to get through. Yeah, yeah. So no, that's good, good. And then living in this community, right? And now having your role as agent, your role as lender, and lender becoming bigger and like I know you do a lot of stuff with schools. You do a lot of stuff around family, and you have groups. You just talked about a group with Sarah where y'all are going to be reading books and doing things together. What is it like to be a part of that, empowering through entrepreneurship and being a commission-based person that goes out there, and you kind of got to be all things to all people all the time?
Yes. Well, and particularly at this phase of my life where I'm raising kids and involved in sports and involved in the PTA and trying to build a successful business. I wanted to build a community of people around me that are going through the same thing, that we're all trying to keep all the balls in the air, keep all the plates spinning. And the best way to do that is with a community of people around you to support you and collaborate with you. And, hey, have you tried this life hack? Or, oh, yes, that was a struggle for me last year. This is how I got through that. Or, hey, this is my struggle today. What are your thoughts about this? How can I make this work for myself? And so I love just having that community around me, digging into the schools and just the different groups of people that I'm around. So yeah, it's exciting. I've had a lot of people supporting me, and I'm excited to support other people on their journeys too.
Yeah, we get the privilege of helping people really change a legacy. Because I would say I remember every couch I slept on, much less apartment I rented or house that I got to live in, right? And so this is those things like when the kids pick out their bedrooms, right?
Yes.
Without the real estate financing part of it, like a lot of times that doesn't. Most people don't have cash these days, right?
Right.
And I think that what you do is you take that personal side of it, because you are a lender, right? And that's how you make income. But I think you approach this as just Brittany. Like you
Mm-hmm.
are you that happens
Yes.
to be a lender. You're not trying to be somebody you're not, and
Right.
and that always comes through as authentic, which is
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what if somebody is like, hey, like I'm thinking about getting a mortgage, right? What would be something that you could say was like, why would you want them to call you versus the online lenders or the other things like that?
Yeah, I mean, because we live and work and build in this same community together.
Mm-hmm.
Like you putting down roots in this community helps my family grow in this
That's good.
community.
Yeah.
And, building these strong networks and neighborhoods and communities of people around us is awesome. That's what it's about for me. And so, like, I want to work with you because we want to raise our kids together and we want to build the best New Braunfels that we could build, the best Texas Hill Country we could build. So
Yeah, and I love that with those skills and that trust and the community aspect, you also aligned yourself with a group of people that fight to get low cost and low interest rates. So it's not like a fluffed up, all these people, like you became a mortgage broker to be able to
mm-hmm.
provide really good rates, really good fees, like really good
Yes.
options for people, being able to do basically
Yes.
any kind of loan, hard, easy, but with that, the I don't want to say cheaper. I want to say cost effective, right? Like you are in a place where you can offer really good rates,
Yes.
but you're the person helping them through it.
Well, and we have just the most options to be able to give people too. Just hey, like let's take your unique situation and we just have a little bit more strings to pull and you know levers to deal with to um, be able to get everyone in the best situation possible for them.
Yeah. Another thing I will say that I really enjoy as I've gotten to know you more and more on the lending side is you are very education forward. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
not like, hey, can we do this? And you're just waiting for yes or no. Like you really want to know how.
Yes.
And then that way, like because you come not just from I want to know it so I know it, but I see it as that you want to be able to give the information out. It's like you always when we talk, it's like, what could I teach somebody about this
Mm-hmm.
instead of like what can I personally know?
Yes.
And I like that aspect of it too, is like you're going to be a lender that comes from the I want you to understand, not you just know yes or no.
Right. Yes. And I feel like I do that with agents that I work with and buyers that I work with as well. I want the agents that I work with to be as educated and, equipped for their conversations with their buyers. And I want to be able to have that with those same buyers as well so that we just become a better team together to
It feels like a team, right?
yes,
Whenever everybody's
yes.
kind of saying the same things and
Yeah.
they everybody's education based. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of that where it's here's the one kind of loan or here's what I think you should do. And even like lenders who get frustrated with clients just because they don't take the time to understand where they're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I think that's really cool to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's awesome.